Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday morning, and I just made it out to the shop. I have one objective today, and I'm going to flip around and show you what that is. All I want to get done today is these pins need to be finished. They got to get the CA on them, and we got to get it all buffed up and ready to assemble. If I get that far today, I'm going to be extremely happy. I have a finish on all of the blanks, except for the two Sierras. I'm going to return that Sierra blank, and then we'll just do them together. It's easier to finish two at a time or two blanks at a time on a mandrel than it is to do one at a time. It's just quicker. Once I get those two finished, I'll go ahead and start micro meshing all of the blanks and getting them buffed up and ready to install into kits. I had to take a little break from my work and pull this out of my furnace. This is the squirrel cage fan that basically moves the air through the furnace. And I'm sitting out here and I start hearing this loud, horrid noise. So basically, once before I had to replace this, and there's a shaft in the center of there, and the shaft has a flat spot on it, and that collar where you see that bolt sticking through, and that thing will spin for a long time, where that collar is, here's the bolt that was on there. And I was wondering, why in the world I replaced this a year and a half ago. Why is it doing it again? So I put this bolt down there, see how far down in that, through the collar it went for making contact, because I was thinking maybe I could put a dimple in there with a drill bit. It never went through. It just barely, just the nib of it went through, which tells me this bolt was never long enough for that collar, and it probably loosened up and probably wore out, and you could see it's a little bit of rubbing on there, and it let that fan get loose, so it would get loose, and then the fan would start to wobble and would bang against the outside of this cage. So what I've done is I've got a longer bolt in there, and I've been experimenting, and I can't see where it throws it off balance or anything, so I think I'm going to be okay. I could shorten the bolt, but I want to make sure it's plenty long enough, and I was able to, it would go all the way down to the other side of that collar, if there's not a shaft in there. But I went ahead, put it in, and I've cranked it down really tight. It is running so smooth, so quiet, and it just spins forever. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and reassemble all of this and get it all wired back up, fire the furnace up, and see how everything goes. I hope you can hear on the video just how quietly the furnace is running. That's nice. Squirrel cage fan is not making any noise, and it is putting heat into the house. So thank goodness that job's done, because had I waited any longer, I think that entire shaft on that squirrel cage fan would have probably just rounded over, and I wouldn't have been able to fix it. There was still quite a bit of flat left on there. It had just started slipping, or I would have heard it the last couple of days while I've been out in the shop. Made a lot of progress on my pins today. We've got several pins assembled, that one, and we've got one little issue there. I had grabbed a tube that was a normal Sierra tube, and the tubes for the clicks have to be maybe a 1/4 inch longer. So I got another tube. I got a blank gluing up, so we'll be fine on that one. This one here requires a tenon to be turned on it, and I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm too tired. The tenon is for this particular trim ring, and we'll work on that next time we come to the shop. It's been a very long day, and I need to rest a little bit before I get into something like as delicate as turning a tenon. So that's going to pretty well be it for me. It's been a fun day, been a long day in the shop. I got a lot more done than I expected. I hate it that I had to remake that pin after I already remade it once, but I should have taken a closer look at the tube. I thought it was standard Sierra. It happens, about a 1/4 inch longer, so I just had to find the proper tube. And I had it, I just grabbed the wrong tube. So we're working on that. That's pretty much, we're in good shape. So I'm going to call it quits for today. I hope to be back out here tomorrow. I'd love to get these pins finished up tomorrow. Of course, I still have to turn and finish one, but one pin in a day is usually not an issue. So I'd love to get them finished up tomorrow and be able to get them to the person so they can give them out as Christmas gifts. And, I remembered today why I don't like commissions. I took this commission because I've signed up to go to a pin show up in Chicago in April. And I'll tell more about that in another video. And I'm going to need money to go for a hotel, for food, to buy my ticket to the show, and for gasoline to get up there. So I took this commission because, it was 10 pins, and, it's a nice little chunk of what I'll need. And I need to do some other stuff. I'll probably have some blank sales, or I'll probably sell some pins, maybe auction them off to try to raise a little more money to help me get to the show, because I'm going to do 4 shows this year. I'm going to do this one in Chicago. I want to do the one in Nashville. Of course, I'll do Mid-Ohio Valley again. And I've been invited up to I think it's called the Mid-Atlantic MAP, which is up in Virginia. I'm trying to make sure I can get off work for that one, but I'd like to go to that one too this year. So I need to raise a little money because, well, I don't take money out of the family budget for the hobby. And YouTube, while it does pay a little bit, it doesn't pay very much. So I got to raise a little extra money to be able to make those trips because I figure, man, those 4 trips, whew, going to be kind of pricey, but I want to get out there this year and I want to meet you guys. So I will post more about the shows I'm going to, and hopefully they are in an area close to you so that you can come out to the show and say hello. Be great to meet you, great to chat for a while. And I'm excited about it. So we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, that's it. Take care. Have a great evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.